It will never be enough. Have you been stuck in a dopamine cycle like I have? Have you been stuck in these vicious loops where you go on Instagram and then you go on Reddit and then you go on YouTube and then you play your video games and then you play whatever on your phone? Have you ever been there? I've been there so many times. A lot of times when you're trying to make progress in life and you just know what the good and the bad habits are, but then you find yourself dipping back into those bad habits, it feels like step one. It feels like back to the drawing board, back to scratch, square one. It feels like none of what you've done has mattered at all. Well, it certainly has, but that's not what this video is about. I'm here to explain the nature of these pattern loops. I'm here to explain the reason why, no matter how deep you go into debauchery, into degeneracy, into whatever you want to call it, it'll just never be enough. Never. See, our dopamine receptors are fried. We have such instant access to feel-good chemicals. We're gaming the system, quite frankly. If you want to feel any sort of way, it's at the touch of your fingers. You can type in a few certain things and then you see a naked woman, right? Or you listen to the most beautiful music written by the best composer we know of. When your mind gets used to things like that, there's no conclusion, really. There's no end point. There's no real bottom of the abyss. It just gets used to it. You just go and go and go and go. And you'll never find yourself truly satisfied unless you have the strength to put your hands up and go, I think I've seen enough. It's like any addiction, you know? You need your free will to pull yourself out. If you're finding yourself kind of resting on, well, you know, I just need my vape, right? Or I just need to jerk off once a night, or, you know, I just need 1 hour of video games to wind down every day. If you're resting on that, you need to realize that you're gonna get bored. If you're pointing anywhere near that direction, especially if you're like me, if you just go above and beyond with it, if you go completely just degenerate with it and you completely give yourself over to the pleasure, it's not going to be enough. You'll try weed, you'll smoke it for 5-10 years, and you'll be like, this isn't enough. I need to try something else. It's not having the same effect it used to. I remember when weed was just a fixer-upper, you know? I remember when it was something I would do if I wanted to have fun or feel good or enhance an experience. These days, it's just kind of something I do. It's like cigarettes. And let me tell you, I do not get nearly as much pleasure from a single bowl as I used to. And this goes with everything. This goes with social media. The next post is not going to answer your problems. The next post is not going to give you a reason to keep on living. The next post is not going to tide you over for the night. If anything, you might stumble across something horrible, something that you really didn't need to see, something that would fill up your mind along with the 10,000 different other things this world throws at you to distract you, and it'll keep you in your tracks. You won't be aiming towards your true purpose in life. See, I always imagined that my true purpose in life was just to uplift people, you know, just give them a message that I learned in my life, and hopefully they can take it and just have it earlier than I did. And I really hope that for you. Whoever's watching this video, my audience, I really hope that for you. I really hope that. I've always thought my purpose in life was to teach people how to do better and how to avoid pain, how to really hold on to the wholesome, quality, feel good things in life. You know, a good exercise, a good meal, spending time with your family. That's a big one, especially spending time with your family. It's so easy, especially if you're an introvert like me, to just write them off. I'm telling you right now, don't do that. The countless amount of scrolling and, engaging in video games and watching porn and eating junk food and doing drugs is not going to fill that hole in your heart that you have, that every person has, for their family. If you're lucky to have both your parents, you need to cherish them. You need to treasure their every waking moment, because you're not going to have them. That's the best case scenario, is you're not going to have them after they're gone. Because think about it, the worst case scenario is you die, and now they're left mourning their child. The best case scenario is they die of old age before you do, and that's something that even in the best case everyone has to deal with. And when you're living in this world that is so eager to comfort you, so eager to keep you distracted, keep you sedated, it's going to hit you really hard. You need to learn how to be uncomfortable. You need to learn how to lower the standard of what makes you feel good. And you do that by willingly taking on suffering. See, I believe that everyone in this world has what I like to call a pain tax, a suffering tax. You need to spend it somehow. You need to pay it forward in some way. Some people are on a payment plan. Some people only pay a little bit here, only pay a little bit there, because they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to willingly look at it and go, this is what I need to do, and this is what I'm going to do. And those people get fat, and they get heart disease, and they are the types of people who are not in the best case scenario, the types of people who experience health problems their entire lives, and they just can't figure out why. And to cope, they go back to the thing that's killing them. You need to experience some discomfort. You can go without a fucking Twinkie every now and again. I think when you stare into the abyss of instant gratification, it feels hopeless, almost. It feels hopeful, but also hopeless. Because you're hopeful that you're going to find whatever you were looking for in this deep, dark abyss, and you're going to be able to scratch off this bucket list thing, and it's going to improve your mental health, or it's going to, put you in the place you want to be. The truth is, if you want to do the most exciting things in your life, you have to do the least exciting things on the daily. You need to set time aside to do the things that you don't feel like doing. Otherwise, you're going to be floating in the wind, my friend. You're going to be passed along from happy place to sad place, and you're not going to find what true happiness is. If you can't be happy without your vices, without your drugs, without your vapes, without your sugar, and without your porn, you need to take this message very heavily. And I really hope you do. And that's all I got to say. Have a good night.